How's it going, everybody? It's your boy McWhoopin, and today we are back with yet another episode of Cities Skylines with our original town here. And today we are going to be doing something that really needs to be done, especially after building our new little district over here, which is going to be an entire metro overhaul. We are completely redoing all of our public transit system, getting rid of the buses, because right now, if you want to actually say, for example, take a look at, say, this bus shelter here, you can see got a couple people waiting there. Our transit system is overtaxed beyond belief. Go to the stupid. I have no idea what's wrong with this game, but it's been doing that for a little while now. And I have no idea how to fix it. Yeah, so yeah, here's our other one over here. That one, it's our bus shelters are packed. I think even the one up here. Yeah, this one's probably dead, but yeah, that one's actually fine. But the other ones, as I said, are maxed out to capacity, which is causing traffic jams everywhere. There's people waiting on routes, so it's just going to be better to just redo the entire thing from scratch and connect multiple different transit points to each other. And oh, this is annoying me to no end. I have no idea what happened with this thing. The game is just completely messed up. So we're gonna be getting that multiple times in this game, I'm assuming, because this game is borked. But hopefully we can get through this, and hopefully it finds its way to clear itself out so we don't get that stupid video thing. We're just completely zooms out into that weird screen. But anyways, so yeah, back to, we're going to redo our entire transit system. So main thing I'm thinking of is we're actually going to have a ferry system running along the river to connect multiple points here, starting from here, kind of working my way down through here, working my way all the way back up to get around to here, and running it both lines through both ways, so clockwise and counterclockwise, so people can get to wherever they want to go. That's going to be step one. Step number two is we are also going to do smaller connections. I'm probably going to do a monorail running through here and connecting just this section over here. And then in the smaller areas like this, we're actually going to do a subway system through here and through here, and then another one into here, another one over here, another subway system here, one here, and then one for the industrial area as well, to give each of these areas its own little connection to each other, and then find various different means to connect them. It'll be through trains for some of them. A lot of them will have connections using the ferries, and even some of them will have, and there'll even be some connection just with the subway systems, because they don't want to actually build a second one of the metro depot. So probably going to keep that original line that's actually in here and actually run that around through the entire network, so the trains can get in anywhere they need to go. But we'll still keep our groups a little bit smaller, and then maybe even just connect one or two of them together that don't have the normal connection and run those using its own separate line. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but we'll kind of figure it out as we go along. So without further ado, we'll start off with our ferry system, and I'll do a quick little montage, like a little time lapse there to put all the ferries into place and connect everything up with the pathways. So I will see you shortly. Okay, so here I'm just going through and hitting down all of my depots, my ports. I put one down here because originally I thought I could pathfind them outside of my borders. Found it afterwards I can't, but at least for that moment I did that. I will delete it eventually later on, but there we go. So just a quick popping that through, and now here's where I'm finding out issues of bridge clearance. So all these bridges are too short, can't get underneath them. So now I have to go through and hit every single bridge so I can put the the ferry path underneath. And see, now noticing same thing, can't get through. So a lot of increasing height, making sure I can get these things through. And now decided, screw it, I'm just going to go through and hit more of them right off the bat. And yeah, the game is deciding to be a bit difficult with the way the path goes, so it's doing weird bendy thing as opposed to going in a straight line, which is again kind of annoying. And now we'll get back to increasing the height of the bridges more, and these ones were probably fine, but I just wanted to make sure got those ones up a little bit more. There you go, the little bridge there. And these two here. Oh, wait a second. I just realized now that I think I did not actually replace that bridge piece now. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be for future to be down the road. I think I forgot to actually replace the bridge. This will be coming up shortly. Once I finish getting the last of these bridges. That was me accidentally holding on the right click button, and that kind of made everything twist to the side, but there we go. Got the movement mod, getting everything back up. So now back over here, just trying to find that right path, be able to get around everything. That's the biggest issue. And you see right here, well, I was just trying to find a way to get through. I think I accidentally deleted the arc of the bridge, and I just literally realized it while rewatching this recording, so that will be kind of annoying. And here's where I found out that you can't actually go through pathfind your ferries through territory you don't own, which is kind of annoying, which is why I ended up changing this around and what's called putting and not actually using that other one at the end there. Yeah, so here I'm just trying to find some more pathfinding for everything, and just finishing off the route and realizing that I might as well just reuse some of these paths because it's just going to be easier that way. There we go. So all the paths are done, get the depot into place, put some pathways on that one, and now go about adding in all of the line stops on the ferry routes and doing it in the clockwise and counterclockwise manner, just so if you whatever way you're wanting to go, you can kind of get there in equal amount of time, at least relatively close to equal amount of time. At least that's the plan. And now the fun part of trying to join up all the roads and trying to not make it as jank as possible, but still a couple of the roads end up being a little janky. And still trying to keep some decent pathways through them all so we can have people walking. Here we go. So that one came out rather nicely. I probably put something like a park or something in the middle there. And that's what I'm doing with most of these, is just trying to find multiple exit points. This one here, I had to actually find a way to connect through, so that was the second mini connection between those two areas. Something that isn't really done. And finally looped off that side, which I never really did before. And there you go, getting my university area connected. And there I wanted to make sure that it was away from both of the intersections, just to make sure that it doesn't interfere as much with traffic. And there we go, there I delete that one in the industrial area because I couldn't use it. And now the fun part, when I realized that, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo all of my park, at least all these areas around the ferry docks, just because they are no longer being connected. So now I'm just trying to put them back in, and I don't know why, but for some reason this game just really hates to put itself on a flat ground. So it's always, everything's always on a bridge. No matter what I do, everything gets put onto a bridge. Super annoying. Nothing I can do to stop it. I keep trying to reduce it down to the ground. Doesn't end up working. So one of the things I found out that actually does end up working is actually building the roads in smaller sections, and then you can kind of fake it enough to kind of get a ground position somewhere on there, and then you can finally put a the park entrances down and actually give itself a somewhat decent entrance, some decent access point for the park. So there we go, that will solve that up. There we go, that one's done. Connect that one up. There we go, that is now done all the way up to where it was before. Over here in this one, it's gonna, again, it's the same thing. Having those issues at this point, I'm like, there's no way this is gonna work with this one. It's way too high up. So managed to luck out with getting that one to go underneath the street, and then I'm just using the other exit on the other side there, make it easier. Now there's multiple access points to be able to get walking around, and then just keep on going along this line here, adding in roads again. I was going to try to find a way to do that a little bit better, but I was like, no. Screw it, it's just going to take too much effort, so we'll just make things simple as possible. And again, just like before, I just moved the entrance off to the side, give it its decent access so it can actually so people can get up and down towards it, and have them walk around the actual building itself. And here, this one actually ended up not being too bad for the access point, but when I eventually build this farther, I'm going to end up having to add on a new entry point farther down. But now we're down to our last couple of buildings. Connect that through, and there we go. Yeah, so there we go. So that aspect of this is done. This will probably end up having to be a multi-parts video, because like I said, we just got the what's called ferries done, and that was it. So we haven't gotten overly too much done. Next, I'm gonna do, and this will probably be the end of this episode, is, oh my god, piece of garbage freaking game, is connecting a monorail, and I'm actually gonna run it through here, up and around. Gonna connect just these two sections together. It's gonna run up along here in the middle lane here. So we will just simply upgrade that road into a monorail, so we can get that going. And we'll do another montage of that one. And I will see you again shortly with another updated transit line. So, yep, be back shortly. Okay, so this one does end up getting a little bit more annoying, just because, as you can see here, the road connections, they aren't an overly huge fan of adjusting that stuff to go down, and here I can upgrade that road. So the only way to actually change it would be to go into anarchy mode, which always messes up the game. So that is what's going to cause a bunch of errors down the road. Of course, we're getting that screen issue error where it just pops it out. I have no idea how to fix that. Thought it was apparently one specific mod that was doing that. I removed the mod, it's still doing it. So now I have no idea where it is. But here we go. So yeah, I'm just going to continue on connecting the roads, putting it through all of the roundabouts, kind of the same manner. Just trying to get it so it actually fits, because the roundabout there is on a hill somehow in the middle. I'm just trying to find that exact part where the node is, because it's the node and also the pillar, which is kind of messing things up. And just adjusted the road so it is back, so it can actually connect everything. Move those two water towers so it can make that nice turn right there. There we go. Now here I'm attempting to actually start putting in my stations, forgetting the fact that because my anarchy's on now, it's not deleting anything, it's just putting it over top, so completely messes everything up for me down the road. But at least at this exact moment, kind of trying to get things going here. This is what I'm planning to do, is just trying to get all the buildings in place. Again, hindsight being 2020, kind of messed that up for me. But I do manage to fix up at the end when I realize that this is all anarchy issues, that I'm gonna have to redo everything, which I will do and announce later on. But just kind of going through my train of thought here. So this is here when I was finally putting in all the routes here, but now I can't really build any lines because it won't let me access these stops for some reason, so I have no idea what's going on. Constantly trying to fix these things, but nothing's really happening. So I try maybe just deleting it and refixing the routes. Again, this zoom issue, I have no idea what it is, and I have no idea how to fix it. It is driving me nuts. Might actually force me to end this series a little bit early, just because I don't know what to do to fix it. And then, might end up having to start a new series and kind of play with my mods again and my assets to see if I can get something a little bit better. So here's when this point here is kind of trying to see if I can just kind of delete and re-add them back in. But as I said, just with all of the issues with the anarchy, snapping just doesn't quite work quite the same. Everything ends up being just slightly off. But I keep on trying, but it just ends up getting a bit too much, so I end up calling it. Okay, I think this is gonna. Right now, I'm having an issue with auto, with the not auto. Mine's going blank here. My anarchy just not working properly, so I'm gonna have to reboot, and I will be back with you shortly. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. Said reboot, and we will continue on getting this done again. So we'll go back to the time lapse, and I'll see you when we get the line redone properly. Okay, so now that I actually have rebooted, lets me finally be able to get through and delete everything again, start everything from scratch just to make sure. I thought maybe just moving the unit and try to put it back in was going to work, but it wouldn't auto place it, so I had to actually go through and physically delete every single one of the stations and a little bit of the road around it to kind of give myself proper spacing. And like, for example, here ended up having to delete this twice because of the road just not connected properly, so I had to move it down a little bit farther, kind of get it done this way. So that's what I can pretty much continue to do with the rest of this. It's just going through, finding other spots, popping it in, trying to fine tune, either messing up with that, and then fine tune adjusting where it's placed so everything tries to be as straight as possible, and then continuing to do that along the entire route. Then realized I accidentally did the wrong one in the wrong spot, and then kind of going back and forth a couple times trying to remember which ones I wanted to put in which area. But in the end, kind of remember, fix everything up, and settle through. So the rest of this is just me kind of going through and tacking it all up, and I'll let you guys just listen to the music for a few seconds until we finish off the episode. Okay, so there we go. There's the second half of that. We finally got our monorail done, going through, doing the loop around these two little areas right here, and we are gonna leave that there for tonight. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and all that, because it definitely helps the algorithm, helps the channel. So if you do that, it is truly appreciative. Even if you don't, just watching is always something that we are truly thankful for. So thank you so much even for doing that. And so yeah, so we'll end that there for tonight. So again, thank you so much for watching, and have yourselves a good night.